Hello my crafty companions. In this video today we're going to show you how to make a rag banner. These are so easy, they don't require any sewing, but they look fabulous, especially if you're going camping or something. This would look nice around your tent, or even in the garden if you're having a garden party or something. And you can literally use scrap bits of fabric. So this is what I'm using in mine. I want mine to have a kind of nautical summer beach picnic sort of theme. And as this is going to be hanging up in my shop window, I kind of quite like the idea of it looking more like the sky than anything else. So this is what I've chosen for mine. So this blue and white stripy, blue and white with stars, and blue, yellow and white with the sunshine pictures on. Now for this sort of project, colour matters more than design. So although that's a really charming design, when it's torn up and put in the banner, it's only the colours that matter. You can't really see what the designs are, but you can see what the colours are. So for every metre of cord, you'll need 3 fat quarters of fabric. So that will give you some idea. A fat quarter is a 1/2 metre by 1/2 metre piece of fabric, and anyone who does quilting will be familiar with that term, but for anyone else it's a 1/2 metre by 1/2 metre. So basically 3 fat quarters worth, or 3 designs, will do a metre of cord, and that's the sort of cord I'm using. It's satin trim cord. So there we go. All right then, so let's prepare. So I've done a bit already, so you can see what it looks like. So you get your fat quarter of fabric, and I usually fold mine in half, and then you snip strips about 1 inch wide or 3 centimetres. And when we say inches, we mean a woman's idea of 1 inch, not a man's idea of 1 inch. Anyone who's in the military will find that quite funny, or has been in the military, or had any dealings with military. So there we go. There. So we've cut our pieces, and this is what you do. You just tear it across. How easy is that? And the fact they go a bit ratty actually makes for the design. And there we go. What could be easier than that? And the fabric I'm using is polycotton. So there we are. That's the pieces prepared. How easy was that? So let's start looping them on. That's just as easy. So we're doing yellow stripy stars. That's the order we're putting these in. So you fold it in half and loop it over the cord like that and pull it through. let me show you a close-up what I mean. So you get your piece like that, it goes over, and then those two go through it. Oh, we need stripes next. And now we need the stars. But I love making these. They're really easy. They don't take long either. I mean, my preparation for this was probably half an hour, and that was I did all that in preparation for this video. So the whole thing is probably half an hour per metre. So I need to do, for my windows, I need to do 10 metres. So yes, that's going to be 5 hours in total, but I won't be doing that all at once. I shall do a little bit every day over the next few days, and then it will be complete for my window display. So what do you think to the colour combination then? I think that looks a bit like summer sky by the seaside, because that's what we're trying to achieve here, is that kind of look. So this isn't a new idea. It's been, well, I knew about this when I was a child, and we certainly made things like this, which is like bits out the rag bag, or last year's summer frocks would be torn up, or Dad's old shirts would be torn up, and we'd make a tent in the garden out of an old blanket or something, and then decorate our little campsite with this. So do you remember doing things like that when you was a kid, and making a bonfire and toasting bread and cooking beans on an old little billy can, and marshmallows on willow sticks? We'd peel the bark off of willow or hazel or something like that and poke the marshmallows on the ends. We'd also do little sausages like that as well over the campfire. Or, are we allowed campfires now? I don't know, but we were certainly allowed in the 60s and 70s when I was little. So trying to think what else we used to do. We used to do singing as well. Oh, jacket taties. We'd wrap those up in a bit of tin foil and put those in the ashes, and they'd take about 2 hours or longer, but they were nice, cooked in the campfire like that. I think we're nearly finished here, you know, this first bit. Just do a few more. So, have you got any reminiscences about camping when you were a kid? In the 60s and 70s, we just had absolute freedom. and everybody looked out for everybody else. I don't think we need to put too many more on. I think we might be about there. Yeah, I think we're done. Yep, we're done. So that's my first piece. So I need to do 5 more like that for my window display. But doesn't that look fabulous? And the fact that it's still raggy, I think that adds to the charm of it. So, will you be making something like this, I wonder? It's certainly a nice and easy thing to do, and it's just as stunning as bunting, but it's easier because you don't have to get the sewing machine out, so it's faster too. And if there's a bit of a breeze, it flutters slightly and just looks fabulous. So, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you click on my name down below, Marina at the Haberdashery, that will take you to my main YouTube page and you can look at other videos there. And please subscribe. So our next milestone with YouTube is getting 100 subscribers. So I'm nearly there. And my husband has already bought me a present for when I reach 100 subscribers, but I'm not allowed to open it yet. So it's in a box about that big. I've no idea what it is, but he says it is essential for my YouTube success. So I can't wait to unbox that. So please ask your friends to subscribe. Please subscribe yourself too, so I can hurry up and get to 100 subscribers. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this, and bye bye from Marina at the Haberdashery.